With it becoming clear that the story is dwelling on the previous test experiments, the children, the ones where, well, it didn't go quite well, did it? The cause of these paranormal poltergeist episodes not quite actually being certain yet. It's only a matter of time before that gets divulged. How many more lives will be ruined? How many more heartbreaking scenes are we going to see? Ultimately, we kind of need to delve back into the scientific world of Railgun. Notice the faces there. She hasn't really changed her hairstyle much. Because she's a telepath and can hear the speech there. I'm sure she's fine. Now, there's been plenty of people that I've met throughout the years. I'm not sure at such a young age that I would have held to a promise to meet them again without having any kind of understanding of what's going on. Or but then again, if she can hear her voice through telepathy, is there a distance cut off for that? If she keeps getting stronger with her power. And it does look as though it's wrapping up to be a bit of a climactic final. Ah. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, not the kind of things you want to hear from your friend that you haven't met for quite a while. But that would explain her kind of, not blackouts, but where she goes a bit glass-eyed. Part optimism, part sheer perseverance to be able to deliver that kind of statement. What is with this woman's expressions every now and again? Some of them don't really seem to have the be correct for the situation, like she's thinking something else. Was that the old man that we saw in the little flashback? presently unknown, which either means that he himself became a subject of his own experiments, or he's just doing it in secret. So they're being used as like remote bombs of psychic ability. What is with the tube of sweets? Is that her party trick? Is it something that you should really be discussing in on a public train like this? But thank you. If they're being used, they're not suspects. And is she just going to what? Not investigate and not save them because it might hurt their feelings of being accused? You better stay on the other side of that door. She knew her real motive there. She's putting up quite a strong front, though. Heretical. Oh. That's a power? That would actually be kind of useful. I wouldn't ever have just completely forget about my tea or coffee. It's kind of one of those day-to-day things where it would actually be more useful than you realise. Hmm. That's not really surprising. All feeling awkward now. The thing is, investigating possible leads to, well, understand the situation and save people should take precedence and priority. As soon as you start. as soon as you start making excuses because they're your friends or people you know, that's when you don't do a good investigation and things fall through the cracks. And you put people at risk. To try and make amends for hurting them in the first place. She's making some sweeping kind of statement there. Was she really released on bail? Why am I distrusting her? Is there a way of like triangulating their position? Makes sense, but how many varieties and do they have to be coloured like her sweets? In a general sense, maybe. Boom. Well, some people won't be affected then. Ah, if anyone was going to know. Also, having those sounds every time you type, I'd turn off the system sounds if that was the case. It would be far too annoying. Does she recognise the building? What kind of dream is she having? Hmm. Well, at least she's content now. It's, I expect that to be like a payday mask. Completely unrecognisable now. Yeah, if it's unpowered and if it's unmanned and unguarded. Is she there to also investigate what's going on since she's been released? Well, now you've drawn attention to the place. Congratulations. Going on another trip. She needs to get a control of her emotions before any more incidents take place. Maybe stop giving people rides. It's probably a long journey. You can at least explain a little. Or are they going to sit in silence? Has she managed to locate some of them? Quite a few. In a matter of speaking, but how is she? Frog Doctor. Okay, now I know if things on the level. And she remembered him due to the mask. Not sure if that's meant to be good or not. To enhance the knowledge that you possess. Ah, surpass mankind. Of course, as always, the start of a good policy. There's no way reminiscent of certain human testing throughout history. They spent so long thinking if they could, they never stopped to ask if they should. A nice sterilised hallway. It's not come without risks. That's not really a question you want to ask. Because he sees them nothing more than lab rats. So he's been doing his own thing in the background. Good doctor. Hmm. And this isn't the only time they're going to do these kind of tests to reach the unreachable. Hmm. Did he erase the paperwork to keep the trail cold? So they're safe for the time being, but when they try to wake, crumble. Hmm. So what does that good doctor think of these comatose children? Are they still valuable research? Well, so you need the original to create a culture from. Which means that there's a few lines of inquiry left, but without finding the the original man behind it. What, enforce? Yeah. You can understand how she's thinking, but she's going too far. Hello. Ah, you didn't cover your tracks very well. Well, it seems as though they're following the correct lines of doing this. She's in too deep with this and too attached, so she's not making the great decisions. Hmm. If that is genuine. When she lets go of the frog mask, you know that she's serious. Causing more issues and then saying that she's going to forcibly waken them, even if it would cause further damage. Can hear it, yeah. Is that the kind of wake up call she needs to not go so overboard? But after spending years trying to. Why did you have to crush the mask? That was unnecessary. To try and find a way of saving them, having it taken away and someone else take the jurisdiction. Anyone would fight against it. But considering there is 2 episodes left, there is going to be some sort of conflict arising quite soon. Still need to find the original sample. See, it might probably end in some sort of bittersweet ending, kind of like the other series. But when you perceive yourself as being so close to the solution and it being so personal to you, it's a struggle to let it go and have someone else at the helm. Especially if that someone else gives me weird vibes. And if I'm wrong about that, I won't apologise because she's just a bit creepy. But as we've seen with the other series, they don't really stop with their attempts to gain a level 6 Esper. No matter how many times they fail, they'll just find a new avenue to try and go down. And when you're talking about the lives of children who are in a coma, of course you want them to wake up, you want them to try and experience life and not be bedridden, but sometimes you have to step back. Is that the best thing to do right now? But how many times is it going to jump around who it's trying to pin the finger on? That scientist woman is evil. Actually, no, she's doing it for a good cause. Oh no, she's willing to sacrifice others, but it's still for a good cause. She's just overworked. Like I said in previous arcs, there doesn't seem to be just a genuine evil in this show, at least in storylines that have been fleshed out a little. It seems to be incredibly difficult to say that about the guy scientists using the child errors as test subjects, but maybe I'm just not seeing the big picture. Yeah, must be it. But since Railgun is wrapping up to a close, let me know if you liked it. And if you want a better way of showing it other than just leaving a comment, which I would appreciate by the way, you can join onto my Discord as well. And considering the time I'm recording this, I can't exactly just have a nap. And after seeing Comatose Victims, I don't think I really want to. Let's watch some more anime. See you in the next one. When I am inevitably abducted and used in scientific experiments, I'm sure someone out there would look after me. However, if that seems like too much trouble, you can join my patrons and check out my Patreon. Because Sal, Raywin, Electricant, Arthea, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Mats, Rasmus Paulson, Gurley, Denmark 1997, ASD, Darkshow 7899 and everyone else have decided that looking after me bedridden is too much of a hassle.